So we went after Doha. We didn't. Yes, we did. We had to. No. And several people, including a couple of the people that I text back and forth who tell me stuff, said Trump was aware that this was going to happen because, first of all, we have 10,000 troops in Doha, in Qatar. So we have 10,000 troops. Secondly, we have CENTCOM. We're not going to allow stuff to fly in and out of there, not knowing exactly what it is. There's that. But yeah, and they're not interested. Israel isn't interested. This is their opportunity. This is Bibi's opportunity. He doesn't care. He knows the game is up. He knows that this is his chance to go in and take everything, including the West Bank, which is going to happen. They understand that. So it doesn't matter what they offer. They could give back everybody today. It's never going to change. It was always, well, they didn't want this. They didn't want that. Hamas would come back with something, and America would go, look at this, and Bibi would do nothing. Witkoff was going over there negotiating, I think, at times on his own. He was never interested, Bibi, in this. So this is going to get way uglier. And Israel is whatever. I mean, at this point in time, they lead us around by the nose. There's no doubt. And we're paying for it, by the way. We're paying for all of this stuff. They're struggling when it comes to the amount of people they have to fight. They're calling up God knows how many reserves, or at least trying to, because some are like, we're not going to fight anymore. We don't even know what we're doing at this point in time. You don't seem to care about the hostages. And, last week, they're not even denying what they're doing there. They want to turn that into the Riviera, the Miami. It's gonna be South Beach. And they're going to displace how many millions, cause human catastrophe when that happens, because there's people who are going to need to go somewhere. So this is going to get ugly. And now, what'd you say, Ken? They said there's some deaths, but they're not quite sure. What about civilians? Because where they bombed, I'm assuming there's probably some civilians there.
I don't know about civilians. All Hamas says is that 5 lower-ranking officials were killed.
Okay. Yeah, because
the top leadership survived, they say.
So, heavy bombing. I don't think this is going to be the last time either. And they've known where their leaders have been forever and a day. Because, let you guys in on something, they funded Hamas for the last several years. Israel did. Because they thought they could just give them money and shut them up, giving them $30 million a month. In fact, a week before October 7th, they were in Qatar telling them, hey, keep sending them the money we're giving you guys. No. Yes. Because they thought they could, as they said, control the flame. So this is going to get ugly before it gets better. And we'll see, hopefully no damage was done to individuals who were there working at this place or just driving by, and that they ended up paying a price for this. But they've known where the leaders have been for a very long time. And if you're serious about this, Senator Jack Reed, if you're serious about any kind of peace, this is no way to hey, those 5 guys that we're talking to about peace, we blew them up. So we're going to go with a hard no.
Well, this attack was extraordinarily disruptive of whatever peace process, even one that was very faltering. I think it was a signal by Netanyahu that he really does not want an agreement with Hamas. He wants to literally destroy Hamas, which means, in many respects, continued fighting in Gaza. I think the United States would have been wise to suggest he refrain from that. Qatar is a close ally. Al Udeid Air Base is our principal air base in the region. They have supported us consistently over decades, and to allow an attack on a close ally is something I think is, again, reflects poorly on the administration.
Yeah. And if, Trump's saying, I didn't know about it, you had to have known about it, because we weren't going to let stuff fly in there like that. without having some understanding. We are the military throughout. And you got to think of it. There's the Middle East, right? In certain areas, parts of Africa, that all of this stuff goes on in and around. But then you have to think of the Gulf states, okay? The Dubais, the Qatars, Saudi Arabia. They're not thrilled by this. And Qatar is not going to be thrilled at all by this, especially if there was loss of life. They're not. And if Trump didn't know anything, if he says he didn't, but I mean, they all say stuff they don't. If he didn't, that is the basic. Basically, he just looked at our president, Netanyahu, and said, blank you, I'll do what I want when I want. The fact that you guys are trying to negotiate Witkoff and them, you don't have to. We're doing our own thing. Trump's probably like, just don't blow up that little girl, Greta Thunberg. She's got a bad haircut, but, the world be mad at me for that. Oh, my Lord. Just crazy. It is. So John says, it doesn't matter what they do with the West Bank. According to the Bible, the land belongs to Israel for over 2,000 years. Well, then you go back and, well, what about this group? And what about that group? I mean, there were people here 18 gazillion years ago. When people bring up the Bible, this is not about the military and or the government of Israel. And I think we need to separate the two on that.